Welcome gamers. In this video I'm going to go over my top 5 deck building games. It's safe to say that deck building is my favorite game mechanic. So what's a deck building game? It's a game where players start with a basic set of cards and they use those to gain more powerful cards to make their deck more effective. I'll start by showing you my 5 favorite deck building games, and then at the end of this video I'll give you a list of more games that I recommend in this genre. Number 5 on my list is Nightfall. Nightfall is a furious deck builder with a vampire and werewolf theme for 2 to 5 players, published by AEG. The game starts with a draft to determine what cards will be for purchase within your own personal archives and for all the players. With expansions, you can also draft for a leader and even have some customizable choices for your starter deck. Then the war begins. In this deck builder, fighting is required. When the game is over, the person with the least amount of wounds is declared the victor. I'm a huge fan of this game due to the player interaction and the fact that every game brings a social dynamic to try to encourage other players to attack your opponents and not you. Number 4 on my list is Aeon's End. Aeon's End is a cooperative game which has 1 to 4 players team up as mages to save the city from certain destruction, published by Action Phase Games. There are a couple of neat variations in this game. One is variable turn order. Instead of just going around the table clockwise, turn order is determined randomly through each round, and deck management is slightly different. Instead of shuffling your discard pile, when you need to create a draw pile, you just turn the discard pile over, so there's a chance to plan future turns with your card draws. Number 3 on my list is Star Realms, or Hero Realms, depending on whether you like a space theme or a fantasy theme. This is a fast-paced game where your goal is to reduce your opponent's life points to 0, published by White Wizard Games. I think it's best with 2 players, but there are variants for up to 6 players. This is a very accessible game, quick to teach, quick to play, and easy to carry around in just one small deck box. Could easily be my go-to game for a quick filler or when introducing the concept of deck building games to new players. Number 2 on my list is the DC deck building game. This is a game for 2 to 5 players, published by Cryptozoic Entertainment. I'm a comic book fan and have always been a fan of the Justice League, so I was excited for this game's release. And this game has been popular with my daughter, nieces, and nephews, so it'll always have a soft spot for me. It's also a good game to use to introduce others to deck building mechanic. Like Star Realms, it's easy to set up, teach, and play. And if DC Comics isn't your thing, there are several other IPs attached to this game mechanic, such as Lord of the Rings, Cartoon Network, Street Fighter, Rick and Morty, or Penny Arcade. And finally, my favorite deck building game. In keeping with the comic book theme, it's Marvel Legendary. Marvel Legendary is a cooperative game for 1 to 5 players, published by Upper Deck Entertainment. In this game, you recruit heroes to stop villains from completing their schemes. It's very thematic, and a ton of expansions make every game of this unique between the options you have for picking characters, villains, and the possible schemes. And much like the DC deck building game, if Marvel Comics isn't your thing, there are plenty of other IPs attached to this game mechanic, such as Aliens, Predators, Buffy, Firefly, and even Big Trouble in Little China. Some other games in this genre I enjoy playing and would recommend are Ascension, Clank, Core Worlds, Dominion, Dragonfire, Imminent Domain, Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, Mystic Vale, Rune Age, Shards of Infinity, Thunderstone Quest, and Tyrants of the Underdark. That's it for this list. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if so, please click on the like button below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, be sure to pick up a copy of one of these games at your friendly local gaming store. If you don't have one near you, I've put the links to Amazon in the description below for some of these games. Thanks for watching.